Now, he says he will fight to the end. That from the president of South Korea as he continues to defend his decree last week of martial law as an act of governance as he denies charges of rebellion. His comments coming in a televised statement after the main opposition party submitted a new impeachment motion against Yoon. That is to be voted on this weekend.
지난 2년 반
For the past 2.5 years, I have only looked to the people, fighting against injustice, corruption, and the tyranny disguised as democracy in order to protect and rebuild our liberal democracy. I fervently appeal to you all to unite in the path of protecting the Republic of Korea and our liberal democracy, which we have guarded with blood and sweat. I will fight with the people until the very last minute.
순간까지 국민 여러분과 함께 싸우겠습니다.
Well, a little earlier, we spoke to our Asia correspondent, Yena Seoul, and she gave us the reaction to that speech.
Well, leaders of the opposition say that that speech, that address President Yoon gave on Thursday morning confirms his mental state, describing that speech as a manifestation of extreme delusion that also amounts to a confession on his part for putting in place what they call an illegal martial law. What is more important, though, is to observe the chaos the ruling party is currently in. Remember, they're the ones who have a minority in parliament, but they have a president in place. Their leader spoke after Yoon's address in which he expressed his absolute shock. Until now, Han Dong-hoon has supported the idea of voting against impeachment as a bloc, but standing for an orderly transfer of power by convincing the president to step down. He had been walking that tightrope, but now he publicly says that his party should agree to impeach President Yoon Suk-yeol. Han says the president shows no remorse and only tried to justify his own actions, and adding that he thinks the president admitted to rebellion in that address on Thursday morning. But other conservatives don't necessarily agree with him. When Han said all of this in a conference, lawmakers from his own party, from the pro-Yoon faction, stood up and shouted at him, accusing him of bias. One MP said he had no right to give his own opinion like this before consultations with the wider membership. That said, only 8 conservative lawmakers are necessary to vote for impeachment, and the leader of the party has now said and now has been calling on his own party members to quote-unquote vote with their conscience. So the pressure really is on for Yoon, who is clinging on to power at this stage. We could expect mass protests to continue, especially on Saturday when Parliament is expected to organise that second attempt at impeaching President Yoon once again.